So I think I finally figured out why I lose my train of thought sometimes. Um, well, one, obviously, I have my mind in a million different places, and so that's one reason. But when I'm thinking, when I'm talking, I think as if trying to see if I can make an analogy. So when I'm reading a book, my eyes are slightly in front of my mouth when I'm speaking the words because I read out loud. Obviously, that's basically all I've done so far on this channel. Like I think 80 or 90 videos so far of just reading. So yeah, I read out loud, and part of the reason I do that is because it helps with uh, the voice muscles and stuff. And I got tired of losing my voice, and um, I got tired of just having a weak throat. So I upped my throat game by speaking a lot, and by speaking a lot, now I can talk forever, which is like everyone's nightmare. But um, it's more comfortable to talk as a result. And I think it's because I've developed the muscles enough that I've become basically an expert of speaking. Maybe I don't sound great when I speak. I say a bit because I'm still getting used to this. This is something I've never really done. I used to do I used to whisper to myself a lot in order to conceptualize ideas, but I never really talked about them out loud like this. So it's different. But I lose my train of thought because my imagination is very easy to access. Um, it's very easy for me to go from focus on something physical to just being completely in the world of dreams, basically, like like daydreaming, but like times 10. So so what's happening is when I'm talking, sometimes I use certain words that it sparks images in my head, and uh, then I start contemplating the image. That's basically what like the old Greek philosophers like Aristotle and Plato did. They had the forms. The forms are like an orientation, a shape, um, but on scales that we may not be able to understand or see. Like with the atom is so small, but we still don't really understand its internal form because we know there's something we call quarks inside of it. We don't even know what quarks are made of. So yeah, interesting stuff. But yeah, my imagination runs wild pretty easily. So instead of getting on drugs and trying to cancel it, I've learned how to pretty quickly understand that I'm in that state. Sometimes I do forget what I was like, what the sentence path that I was on. Because what is a sentence but just an organized structure? And when I say I lose my train of thought, I'm not losing my train of thought. I'm just thinking about something in a different way. I'm not thinking in words. I'm thinking in pictures. And the issue with that is sometimes it makes it hard to remember the words because it's easier to just visualize things, if that makes sense. Like when I'm in a dream, a lot of times I know I'm in a dream, um, but I just kind of follow along with it. But like physically, I know I'm sleeping, but I don't know. I guess I don't really know how to describe it right now. But yeah. So um, I worked about 6 hours today, made about 150 bucks. Tomorrow I'm going to try to push 250. I know I could do it. I just kind of screwed myself by eating something bad that messed up my head, and I had to nap it off. I can't have Wendy's anymore. I don't know what it is, if it's just like the grease or what, but spicy chicken sandwich was my favorite. Been eating that since I was a kid, but it seems like it's time to retire that. I mean, in a way, fast food is a technology. So that technology's been obsolete for quite a while. It's not that my body can't process it fine, but it's the extra like side shit because I'm eating so much better now. I'm eating a lot less. The I guess you could say it's almost like the information from the food, because when you cook things in oils and stuff, like especially the oils that the fast food places use, uh, it always leads to inflammation and all sorts of stuff. And one can say that it orients or it changes the form of the information, um, to one that is less desirable to the body or something, or its signal overwhelms the signals of the other foods that I had today. Because all the foods that I had today were pretty plain. Peanut butter, so it's not super salty, not very much sugar, so it doesn't have it doesn't have those flavor molecules. It doesn't have because salts and sugar are flavor molecules. They essentially are signal enhancers. Um, and so I went from two foods that didn't have it all day. That was all day. I didn't have any of those enhancers in me, and then I decided to have one. Oh no shit! And then I had that Coke earlier too, so that probably didn't help either. So I probably just had sugar and salt overload. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Oh, I don't want to do that again. That sucked. Okay, cool. Well, I'm glad I talked that out because I wouldn't have thought of that. All right. All right, so I'm going to try to follow this routine. This routine seems to be working so far. This is the second day that I've been able to push myself. Uh, this is the hardest I've pushed myself in probably years. I guess when I was coaching, and I hurt myself, and I couldn't walk right. I had to use a folding chair. I had it folded up and used it like a cane to brace myself. And or actually, it's more like a walking stick. I put all my weight on it, and it would take me like 20 minutes to walk like 100 feet because it hurt so bad. But I had to make sure those kids got the knowledge. So, uh, ah, no, no, no. There we go. Jeez. Okay. So this is the Crystal Bible, Judy Hall. I'm on letter M. I was going to try to read to like page 250 or 300 if I can, just to test my endurance today. So let's see what I can do. All right. Before I start, though, I'm going to just kind of rub my eyes a little bit. Oh, shoot. Okay, then one of these. All right, one of these. All right, letter M. Magnesite. White, gray, brown, yellow. Size and form varies widely. Maybe brain-like, chalky, and marbled or crystalline. Readily available. Hold on one sec. Oh, jeez. Settings. I'm going to turn the... let's see. Device. Displays. Oh, jeez. There we go. Let's try that. Ooh, that's bright. Let's turn that down a little bit. Actually, let's do this. Oh, much better. Okay. Readily available crystalline. I gotta refresh the page. Dang it. Yeah, this sucks. Shoot, sorry. My eyes are burning a little bit looking at the screen. Let's try this again. Sorry. Displays. Okay, let's try that. Okay, let's try this. There we go. All right, M. Magnesite. Readily available. Crystalline is rare. Brazil, United States. Attributes. Magnesite brings a deep peace to meditation and relaxation. Placed on the third eye, this stone enhances visualization and imagery. It opens the heart chakra and stimulates heartfelt love, including love for the self, which is necessary before you can embrace love from other people. Magnesite can be very helpful in the practice of unconditional love in situations where relationships with other people are difficult because of their behavior or addictions. It helps you to feel centered, standing by placidly and allowing the other person to be totally who they are, without requiring them to change or being affected by yourself in any way by their difficulties. Psychologically, magnesite brings to the surface all forms of self deceit. It helps to recognize unconscious thought and feeling and to explore the reason for these, taking you back into the past if necessary. It induces a positive attitude to life. Magnesite helps egotistical people to take a back seat and teach us how to listen attentively to others. The brain-like form of magnesite has a powerful effect on the mind, bringing the hemispheres into harmony and stimulating ideas and their application. Magnesite brings a calming effect to the emotions, promoting tolerance for emotional stress. It supports people who are nervous and fearful and helps them to overcome irritability and tolerance. Healing. Magnesite contains a high level of magnesium and aids its absorption in the body. It detoxifies and neutralizes body odor, acts as an antispasmodic and muscle relaxant, and treats menstrual, stomach, intestinal, and vascular cramps, and the pain from the gallbladder and kidney stones. Magnesite treats bone and teeth disorders and prevents epilepsy. It relieves headaches, especially migraines, and slows blood clotting. Magnesite speeds up fat metabolism and disperses cholesterol, preventing arteriosclerosis and angina. It is a useful preventative for heart disease. It balances body temperature, lessening fevers and chills. Position. Places appropriate in contact with the skin. Can be used as a gem essence for internal or external application. Magnetite. Black, brownish gray, dark and grainy, magnetic, iron ore, all sizes, easily obtained. United States, Canada, India, Mexico, Romania, Italy, Finland, Austria. Attributes. Magnetite is magnetic and has a powerful positive negative polarity. It can be used as magnetic therapy, working with the body's own biomagnetic field. I thought that said bromagnetic for a second. And meridians, and with that of the planet in earth healing. It acts as a grounding stone. When used by an experienced healer, it realigns reversed and retroverted energy flows in the body or the earth. Magnetite will attract and repel, energize, and sedate. There are times when the body tries too hard to heal itself, in which case a meridian is over-energized. If an organ or meridian is overactive, then magnetite will calm it with its negative charge. If it is sluggish, magnetite will activate it with its positive charge. It is extremely useful for sports injuries as it relieves aches and pains in muscles. Magnetite temporarily aligns the chakras and the meridians of the subtle and etheric bodies. It connects the base and earth chakras to the nurturing energies of the earth, which sustains the life force and vitality of the physical body. Magnetite aids telepathy, meditation, and visualization. It provides for a balanced perspective and trust in your own intuitions. As magnetite is magnetic, it attracts love, commitment, and loyalty. Psychologically, magnetite can be used to alleviate negative emotions such as fear, anger, grief, and overattachment, and bring in positive qualities such as tenacity and endurance. It points out how to remove yourself from detrimental situations and promotes objectivity. This stone balances the intellect with the emotions to bring inner stability. Healing. Magnetite provides the healing energy necessary for recovery. It is beneficial for asthma, blood, and the circulatory system, or skin and hair. It stimulates sluggish organs and sedates overactive ones. It is anti inflammatory, healing muscle strains and cramps. It is useful for stopping nosebleeds. Position. Place on back of neck and base of spine or on an aching joint. Put at the end of the bed to end night cramps. Malachite. Green, concentric light and dark bands, rosettes, all sizes, often tumbled or polished, easily obtained. Romania, Zambia, Democratic Republic of the Congo, Russia, Middle East. Attributes. Malachite is a powerful stone, but one that needs to be handled with caution. It is best used under the supervision of a qualified crystal therapist. It is toxic and should be used only in its polished form. Avoid breathing its dust if used as a gem elixir. Apply externally or only, or make by the indirect method of placing the stone in a glass container and standing within spring water so that the stone does not touch the water. Malachite amplifies both positive and negative energies. It grounds spiritual energies onto the planet. It is believed by some people that malachite is still evolving and will be one of the most important healing stones of the new millennium. Malachite is already an important protection stone. It absorbs negative energies and pollutants easily, picking them up from the atmosphere and from the body. It should be cleansed before and after use by placing it on a quartz cluster in the sun. Do not use salt, which will damage the surface. Malachite soaks up plutonium pollution and guards against radiation of all kinds. It should be placed in the home of anyone who lives near a nuclear or natural radiation source. It also clears electromagnetic pollution and heals earth energies. It has a strong affinity excuse me, with nature and with the Devic forces. This stone clears and activates the chakras and attunes to spiritual guidance. Placed on the third eye, it activates visualization and psychic vision. On the heart, it brings balance and harmony. It opens the heart to unconditional love. Malachite can be used for scrying or to access other worlds, inner or outer. Journeying through its convoluted patterns releases the mind and stimulates pictures. It can assist in receiving insights from the subconscious or messages from the future. Psychologically, malachite is a stone of transformation. Life is lived more intensely under the influence of this adventurous stone, which encourages risk-taking and change. It mercilessly shows what is blocking your spiritual growth. Malachite draws out deep feelings and psychosomatic causes, breaks unwanted ties and outworn patterns, and teaches how to take responsibility for one's actions, thoughts, and feelings. It releases inhibitions and encourages expressing feelings. This stone develops empathy with other people, showing how would feel to be in their place. It alleviates shyness and supports friendships. Malachite is useful for psychosexual problems, especially when these have been caused by traumatic past life sexual experiences. It assists the rebirthing process. Mentally, malachite goes to the core of a problem, enhancing intuition and insight. It evaluates, alleviates mental disturbances, including psychiatric illness, and combats dyslexia. It strengthens the ability to absorb and process information, makes you more observant, and helps in understanding difficult concepts. Placed on the solar plexus, malachite facilitates deep emotional healing. It releases negative experiences and old traumas, bringing suppressed feelings to the surface and restoring the ability to breathe deeply. At this point, it balances the heart and navel chakras, revealing insights at an emotional level. At an emotional level, it may make moods more intense, but quick to change. Malachite can be used for inner exploration. It stimulates dreams and brings memories vividly to life. However, malachite may need to be supported in the healing and transformation process by other stones. Healing. Malachite is an extremely versatile healing stone. It is particularly useful for cramps, including menstrual cramps, and facilitates childbirth. It has been called the midwife stone. It resonates with the female sexual organs and treats any sexual disease. This stone lowers blood pressure, treats asthma, arthritis, epilepsy, fractures, swollen joints, growths, travel sickness, vertigo, tumors, the optic nerve, pancreas, spleen, and parathyroid. It aligns DNA and cellular structure and enhances the immune system. Malachite stimulates the liver to release toxins, reducing acidification of tissues. It treats diabetes when worn around the waist. Position: wear on left hand or place on third eye. Position is appropriate for healing. Place on solar plexus to absorb negative emotions. Use polished malachite, an indirect method for elixir preparation. Apply externally. Note, malachite may cause slight heart palpitations, in which case remove immediately and replace with rose quartz or rhodonite. Combination stone. Malachite with chrysocolla. May manifest as a clear gem with a very high healing vibration. This combination symbolizes wholeness and peace. Placed on an area of imbalance, it gently restores equilibrium. If one stone is placed on the third eye and another on the solar plexus, mind, body, and emotions are balanced. That gives me an idea. I'm just going to look at something real quick. Bible. So Malachite, Malachi. I got to do it. So let's go. Let's read Malachi in the Bible, chapter 1. A pronouncement. The word of Jehovah to Israel through Malachi. I have shown love to you people, says Jehovah. But you say, how have you shown us love? Was not Esau the brother of Jacob, declares Jehovah? But I loved Jacob, and Esau I hated. And I made his mountains desolate, and left his inheritance for the jackals of the wilderness. Though Edom says, we have been shattered, but we will return and rebuild the ruins. This is what Jehovah of armies say. They will build, but I will tear down, and they will be called the territory of wickedness, and the people whom Jehovah was forever condemned. Your own eyes will see it, and you will say, may Jehovah be magnified over the territory of Israel. A son honors a father, and a servant his master. So if I am a father, where is the honor due me? And if I am a master, where is the fear due me? Jehovah of armies says to you priests who are despising my name, but you say, have we despised your name? By presenting polluted food on my altar? By presenting polluted food on my altar, and you say, how have we polluted you? By saying, the table of Jehovah is something to be despised. And when you present a blind animal as a sacrifice, you say, it is nothing bad. And when you present a lame animal or a sick one, it is nothing bad. Try presenting them, please, to your governor. Will he be pleased with you or receive you with favor, says Jehovah of armies? And now please appeal to God that he may show us favor with such offerings from your own hand. Will he receive any of you with favor, says Jehovah of armies? And who among you is willing to shut the doors? For you will not even light my altar without charge. I find no delight in you, says Jehovah of armies, and I take no pleasure in any gift offering from your hand. For from the rising of the sun to its setting, my name will be great among the nations. In every place sacrifices will be made to smoke, and offerings will be made to my name as a pure gift, because my name will be great among the nations, says Jehovah of armies. But you are profaning it by saying, the table of Jehovah is polluted, and its food is to be despised. You also say, look, how tiresome, and you sniff scornfully at it, says Jehovah of armies, and you bring stolen, lame, and sick animals. Yes, you bring such things as a gift. Should I accept it from your hand, says Jehovah? Cursed is the cunning one who has a sound male animal in his flock, but he makes a vow and sacrifices a blemished one to Jehovah. For I am a great king, says Jehovah of armies, and my name will be awe-inspiring among the nations. Malachi 2. And now, O priest, this commandment is for you. If you refuse to listen and to take it to heart to glorify my name, says Jehovah of armies, I will send on you the curse, and I will turn your blessings into curses. Yes, I have turned the blessings into curses, because you are not taking it to heart. Look, I will ruin your sown seed because of you, and I will scatter dung on your faces, and the dung of your festivals, and you will be carried away to it. Then you will know that I have given this commandment to you so that my covenant with Levi may continue, says Jehovah of armies. My covenant with him was one of life and of peace, which I gave to him along with fear. He feared me, yes, he stood in awe of my name. The law of truth was in his mouth, and no unrighteousness was found on his lips. He walked with me in peace and in uprightness, and he turns many back from error. For the lips of a priest should safeguard knowledge, and people should seek the law from his mouth, because he is the messenger of Jehovah of armies. But you yourself have turned aside from the way. You have made many stumble with regard to the law. You have ruined the covenant of Levi, says Jehovah of armies. So I will make you despised and low before all the people, because you did not keep my ways, but showed partially in applying the law. Do we not all have one Father? Was it not one God who created us? So why do we deal treacherously with one another, profaning the covenant of our forefathers? Judah has dealt treacherously, and something detestable has been done in Israel and in Jerusalem. For Judah has profaned the holiness of Jehovah, which he loves, and he has taken as a bride the daughter of a foreign god. Jehovah will cut off from the tents of Jacob anyone who does this, whoever he may be, though he presents a gift offering to Jehovah of armies. And there is another thing that you do, which results in covering the altar of Jehovah with tears and with weeping and sighing, so that he no longer pays attention to your gift offering or looks favorably on anything from your hand. And you say, for what reason? It is because Jehovah has acted as a witness between you and the wife of your youth, with whom you have dealt treacherously, although she was your partner and your wife by covenant. But there was one who did not do it, for he had what remained of the Spirit. And what was that one seeking? The offspring of God. So guard yourselves, respecting your spirit, and do not deal treacherously with the wife of your youth. For I hate divorce, says Jehovah, the God of Israel, and the one who covers his garment with violence, says Jehovah of armies. And guard yourself, respecting your spirit, and you must not deal treacherously. You have made Jehovah weary with your words, but you say, how have we made him weary? By saying, everyone who does bad is good in the eyes of Jehovah, and he finds pleasure in him, or by saying, where is the God of justice? Oh, wow. That's crazy. That's actually, huh. Oh, man, I cannot wait to dissect that one. Holy shit. Dang, man. I'm sorry. That totally just blew my mind. Oh, by the way, the reason why I went to Malachi, because from the Malachite, was part of my one of the lifestyle changes I made is that I pay attention to my surroundings and like what I'm reading, what I'm visualizing, that's all part of my surroundings. So if I see something that's like that seems like what it might be a sign, like if I were to like read some ancient stuff and they talk about signs and stuff, like I imagine what I saw and met with Malachite was a sign. So that made me think of the Bible chapter, Bible book, Malachi. And that brought me to an idea that totally makes a lot of sense and was something that I had been thinking about for a while. And it's nice to know that because the Bible is based on historical documents, as much as people on TV might disagree. Um, that means potentially thousands of years ago, someone had thought of this already. So that's cool. That's really cool. Malachi 3. Look, I am sending my messenger, and he will clear up a way before me. And suddenly the true Lord, whom you are seeking, will come to his temple, and the messenger of the covenant will come, in whom you will take delight. Look, he will certainly come, says Jehovah of armies. But who will endure the day of his coming? And who will be able to stand when he appears? For he will be like the fire of a refiner, and like the lye of laundrymen. And he will sit as a refiner and cleanser of silver, and he will cleanse the sons of Levi, and he will clarify them like gold and silver, and they will certainly become to Jehovah people presenting a gift offering in righteousness. And the gift offering of Judah and of Jerusalem will actually be pleasing to Jehovah, as in the days of long ago and as in the years of antiquity. I will come near to you for judgment, and I will be a swift witness against the sorcerers, against the adulterers, against those who take false oaths, against those who defraud the hired worker, the widow, and the fatherless child, and against those who refuse to help the foreigner. Those have not feared me, says Jehovah of armies, for I am Jehovah, I do not change. And you are the sons of Jacob, you have not yet come to your finish. From the days of your forefathers, you have turned aside from my regulations and have not kept them. Return to me, and I will return to you, says Jehovah of armies. But you say, how are we supposed to return? Will a mere human rob God? But you are robbing me. And you say, how have we robbed you? And the tithes and the contributions. You are certainly cursed, for you are robbing me. Yes, the entire nation is doing so. Bring the entire tithe into the storehouse, so that there may be food in my house, and test me out, please, in this regard. Jehovah of armies says, to see whether I will not open to you the floodgates of the heavens and pour out on you a blessing until there is nothing lacking. And I will rebuke the devouring one for you, and it will not ruin the fruit of your land, nor will the vine in your field be fruitless, says Jehovah of armies. All the nations will have to declare you happy, for you will become a land of delight, says Jehovah of armies. Your words against me have been strong, says Jehovah. And you say, how have we spoken against you among ourselves? 14. You say, it is of no value to serve God. How have we benefited by keeping our obligations to him and by walking somberly before Jehovah of armies? Now we consider presumptuous people happy. Also those who practice wickedness are successful. They dare to put God to the test and get away with it. At that time, those who feared Jehovah spoke with one another, each one with his companion, and Jehovah kept paying attention and listening, and the book of remembrance was written before him for those fearing Jehovah and those meditating on his name. And they will be mine, says Jehovah of armies. In the day when I produce a special property, I will show them compassion, just as man shows compassion to his son who serves him. And you will again see the distinction between a righteous person and a wicked person, between one serving God and one not serving him. Malachi 4, look, the day is coming, burning like a furnace, when all the presumptuous ones and all those practicing wickedness will become like stubble. The coming day will certainly devour them, says Jehovah of armies, and it will leave them neither root nor branch. But on you who honor but on you who honor my name, the Son of Righteousness will shine with healing in its rays, and you will skip about like fattened calves. And you will tread the wicked underfoot. You will tread the wicked underfoot, for they will be like dust under the soles of your feet on the day when I take action, says Jehovah of armies. Remember the law of my servant Moses, the regulations and judgments that I commanded at Horeb for all Israel to obey. Look, I am sending to you Elijah the prophet before the coming of the great and awe-inspiring day of Jehovah, and he will turn the hearts of fathers back towards sons and the hearts of sons back towards fathers, so that I may not come and strike the earth, devoting it to destruction. Yep, exactly what I thought. I won't talk about it now, but that makes a lot of sense. I'm seeing my cousin Randy on Friday next week. So when I see him, I'm going to ask him about crystals, because this malachite is definitely something I want to look into. That connection that I made. Oh man, I wish I could talk about it right now. The only reason I don't want to talk about it is because when I talk about things immediately when I think about them, it almost loses a bit of its utility and its motivation. So by holding on to it and keeping it to myself, it gives me a sense that it's almost like a placebo effect, even if other people knew what I was going to say. Like even if it's common sense, and I'm holding something that everybody already knows, that it doesn't matter. It's still it still holds like a placebo effect. I still believe it. That's the whole reason the placebo effect works. It's not that blind faith makes it work. It's that actually believing that it works is what makes it work. So, well, obviously plus the technical details and all that, but I'm saying like the belief in it, that's part of it. But cool. Let's get back into here. All right. Back to the Crystal Bible. Merlinite. Black and white, two distinct opaque colors, usually small, becoming more readily available in Mexico. Attributes. Merlinite is a magical stone that holds the imprint of the combined knowledge of shamans, alchemists, magician priests, and other workers of magic. Its dual coloring blends the spiritual and earthly vibrations, together giving access to the spiritual and shamanic realms. This stone supports shamanic practices or magical ritual. It facilitates reading the Akashic record, inducing travel into past or future lives to gain insight on how to live in the future. Merlinite can bring magic into your life. Healing. Merlinite can be used for past life healing and to bring harmony into the present life. It balances yin yang and masculine and feminine energies, conscious and subconscious, intellect and intuition. Position. Wear around the neck or placed behind the ears to access past lives. Moldavite. Dark green, small transparent, folded mass, often glassy. Rare but readily available, although increasingly expensive as its source is used up. Czech Republic, Germany, Moldova. Attributes. Moldavite is another of the stones for the New Age. It is a form of tektite, said to have extraterrestrial origin, formed when a giant meteorite struck the Earth. The heat of impact metamorphosed surrounding rocks, creating a strew field by flinging the resulting crystals over a vast area. Moldavite is therefore a fusion of extraterrestrial energies with Mother Earth. This is a rare stone. It is now found along the banks of the river in Moldau and is unlikely to be discovered anywhere else in the world. The crystal will become extinct. Moldavite has been used since Stone Age times as a talisman and amulet for good fortune and fertility. Many people believe that it came to aid in Earth's transition and healing, and that the time has come to use Moldavite's energies wisely. It can greatly enhance the effect of other crystals, taking them to their highest vibration. Moldavite brings you into communication with the higher self and with extraterrestrials. Moldavite has its own cosmic oversoul, which can put you in touch with the ascended masters and cosmic messengers. Holding the stone up to the light and gazing into it shifts your consciousness. The stone takes you into the highest spiritual dimensions and facilitates the ascension process. Need some water. Excuse me. It needs to be grounded or else it can leave you spaced out and rootless. Holding a pair of Boju stones gently grounds after spiritual experiences with Moldavite, and the energies of clear quartz stabilize its effects. Moldavite has an extremely high vibration, which opens, clears blockages, and aligns the chakras. It integrates the divine blueprint and accelerates spiritual growth. Moldavite resonates with the crown chakra, opening it to receive the highest spiritual guidance. Placed on the throat, Moldavite communicates interplanetary messages, especially with regard to the state of the ecology of the earth and its need for healing. This is a stone that transcends time. Placed on the third eye, Moldavite can enable you to go forward into the future or back into the past. It facilitates journeys to other lives. If this is appropriate, rather than going back into the past to relive a life, except to regain spiritual wisdom or journeying to the before incarnation state to access purpose, Moldavite shows you future potentials. Under the influence of Moldavite, you can go forward to a future life to see the results of actions taken in the present life or to learn what is needed in the present life in order to prevent destruction in the future. Moldavite is a useful stone for sensitive people who find it difficult being an incarnation on the earth and who cannot adjust to suffering and deep emotions. Many such people are star children who have come to aid the earth in its time of transition to a new vibration. They are unused to the heavy energies of earth and find it difficult to integrate the spiritual bodies into the physical and need to ground moldavite. Used in conjunction with grounding stones such as hematite and smoky quartz aids this process. Placed on the heart, moldavite eases homesickness for those whose origin is not earth. Moldavite has no crystalline structure, and so it takes you way beyond your limits and boundaries. Psychologically, it assists in developing a detachment from mundane, earthly or earthbound security issues such as money and worries for the future. Moldavite provides an overview of reasons for incarnating and contacts your spiritual purpose. Integrating this into earthly life, it supports qualities such as empathy and compassion. At a mental level, Moldavite is unconventional and inspiring, bringing the unexpected solution forward. It can awaken latent memories and access spiritual information, though through the intellect. It releases fixed ideas and archaic belief systems and can neutralize hypnotic commands. Physically, holding Moldavite may trigger a huge rush of energy through the body that has powerful metaphysical effects. It downloads information from the Akashic record in the light body, which then has to be processed and made conscious. This process may take some time, but the process accelerates spiritual growth and the raving of personal vibrations. Rather than healing individual conditions, Moldavite makes one aware of the cause and source of disease, and then supports the releasing and healing process. It also brings the gift contained within the illness to your attention. Moldavite can be used as a tool for diagnosis. People who dislike its deep green color often have an aversion to emotion and need to experience unconditional love and wholeness. They may also have hidden emotional trauma that needs to surface and heal, for which other crystals are required. Position: place on forehead, throat, or crown. Note: moldavite is fragile and should not be cleaned with salt as it scratches the surface. Moonstone: white, cream, yellow, blue, green, milky, translucent, all sizes, easily obtained. India, Sri Lanka, Australia. Attributes: Moonstone is a stone of new beginnings. As its name suggests, it is strongly connected to the moon and to the intuition. Like the moon, the stone is reflective and reminds us that as the moon waxes and wanes, so everything is part of a cycle of change. Its most powerful effect is that of calming the emotions. Moonstones makes conscious the unconscious and promotes intuition and empathy. It encourages lucid dreaming, especially at the time of the full moon. Moonstone has traditionally been used to enhance psychic abilities and to develop clairvoyance. It can be worn as a pendant to encourage acceptance of your psychic gifts. Psychologically, Moonstone calms overreactions to situations and to emotional triggers. Moonstone is filled with receptive, passive, feminine energy. It balances male female energies and aids men who want to get in touch with their feminine side. It is the perfect antidote for the excessively macho man or overly aggressive female. Mentally, Moonstone opens the mind to sudden and irrational impulses, serendipity, and synchronicity. Care has to be taken that it does not induce illusions in response to wishful thinking. Emotionally, Moonstone soothes emotional instability and stress. And stabilizes the emotions. It improves emotional intelligence. Placed on the solar plexus, it draws out old emotional patterning so that it can be understood and then dissolved. Moonstone provides deep emotional healing and heals disorders of the upper digestive tract that are related to emotional stress. Physically, Moonstone powerfully affects the female reproductive cycle and alleviates menstrual related disease and tension. It is linked to the pineal gland and balances the hormonal system, stabilizes fluid imbalances, and attunes to the biorhythmic clock. It is helpful in cases of shock and can be used to calm hyperactive children. Healing. Moonstone helps the digestive and reproductive systems, assimilates nutrients, eliminates toxins and fluid retention, and alleviates degenerative conditions of skin, hair, eyes, and fleshy organs such as the liver and pancreas. It is excellent for PMS, conception, pregnancy, childbirth, and breastfeeding. A moonstone elixir was traditionally used for insomnia, and the stone can prevent sleepwalking. Position. Wear as a ring or place on the appropriate body part, forehead, or spiritual experiences, and solar plexus or heart for emotions. Women may need to remove moonstone at full moon. Muscovite. Pink, gray, brown, green, violet, yellow, red, white. Pearl-like mica in layers, all sizes, easily obtained. Switzerland, Russia, Austria, Czech Republic, Brazil, New Mexico, United States. Attributes. Muscovite is the commonest form of mica. It is a mystical stone with a strong angelic contact, stimulating awareness of the higher self. Used in scrying, this visionary stone links to the highest spiritual realms. Muscovite stimulates the heart chakra, facilitates astral travel, and opens the intuition and psychic visions. Muscovite has the ability to allow recognition of the flaws in humanity and at the same time stimulates unconditional love and acceptance. It is a reflective stone, mirroring back and allowing you to recognize your projections, the parts of yourself that you do not recognize and therefore see out there. It helps you to see that the things that you do not like in another are really the characteristics you cannot help in yourself. Muscovite then aids in the integration and transformation of these qualities. Muscovite can then be used to grid earthquake areas as it gently, safely relieves tension within the earth. It also releases tension within the physical body and aligns the subtle bodies and meridians with the physical body, bringing about balance. Psychologically, Muscovite disperses insecurity, self-doubt, and clumsiness. It is useful for those who suffer from dyspraxia and left-right confusion. Muscovite eliminates anger and nervous stress to bring flexibility at all levels of being. It assists in looking forward joyfully to the future and back to the past to appreciate all the lessons that have been learned. By allowing you to see yourself as others see you, Muscovite aids in changing the image presented to the outside world. It supports during the exploration of painful feelings. Mentally, Muscovite aids problem solving and stimulates quick wittedness. It facilitates clear expression of thoughts and feelings. Physically, Muscovite improves your appearance. It imparts sheen to the hair and a sparkle to the eyes. It helps the body to achieve its most appropriate weight. Healing. Muscovite controls blood sugar, balances pancreatic secretions, alleviates dehydration, and prevents hunger while fasting. It regulates kidneys. Muscovite relieves insomnia and allergies, and heals any condition resulting from disease or distress. Position. Carry or hold, stroke over the skin. Specific colors. In addition to the generic properties, following colors have additional properties. Pink Muscovite is the most effective color for making angelic contact. Violet Muscovite opens the higher crown chakras and facilitates raising consciousness to a very fine vibration. Nebula Stone. Black with green spots, dense stone with distinct patches, usually small and tumbled. A new stone recently appeared on the market, southwestern United States and Mexico. Attributes. Composed of 4 minerals, Nebula Stone is said to have unique metaphysical properties, which are still being explored. It is known to blend the vibration of light carried in its quartz component into the physical body, enlightening the cells and activating their consciousness. This raises overall conscious awareness, bringing remembrance of the soul's spiritual roots. Gazing into a nebula stone takes you outward into infinity and inward into the smallest particle of being. Ultimately, the two become one. This is a stone of non-duality and oneness. Healing. Nebula stone can bring about profound healing at the cellular level of being. Position. Hold in the hands or place on the third eye. Obsidian. Brown, black, blue, green, rainbow red, black, silver, gold sheen. Shiny, opaque, glass-like, all sizes, sometimes tumbled. Some colors are readily available, others are rare. And some blue-green colors are manufactured glass, Mexico and worldwide. Attributes. Obsidian is molten lava that cooled so quickly it had no time to crystallize. Obsidian is a stone without boundaries or limitations. As a result, it works extremely fast and with great power. Its truth enhancing reflective qualities are merciless in exposing flaws, weaknesses, and blockages. Nothing can be hidden from Obsidian, posting out how to ameliorate all destructive and disempowering conditions. Obsidian impels us to grow and lends solid support while we do so. It needs careful handling and is best used under guidance of a qualified therapist, as it can bring negative emotions and unpleasant truths rushing to the surface. Under skilled guidance, its cathartic qualities are exceedingly valuable. It provides deep soul healing. Obsidian can facilitate in going back to past lives to heal festering emotions or trauma that has carried forward into the present. Obsidian is a strongly protective stone, forming a shield against negativity. It provides a grounding cord from the base chakra to the center of the earth. Absorbs negative energies from the environment and strengthens in times of need. It is helpful for highly sensitive people. It blocks psychic attack and removes negative spiritual influences. A large piece of obsidian can be extremely efficient at blocking geopathic stress or soaking up environmental pollution, but its propensity for exploding the truth into the open has to be taken into account. Many people find its powerful effects overwhelming and prefer to choose a gentler stone for this task, but it is extremely helpful for the therapist and counselors as it not only facilitates getting to the core of the problem, but also mops up energies released as a result. Black or mahogany obsidian are the most suitable types for this purpose, mahogany being the gentler. In the same way, placing obsidian by the bed or under the pillow can draw out mental stress and tension and may have a calming effect, but it can also bring up the reasons for that stress. These reasons then have to be confronted before peace can return. This resolves the problem permanently rather than having a palliative effect. One of the gentler forms of obsidian, such as an Apache tear or snowflake, would be best for this. As obsidian is so effective in soaking up negative energies, it is essential to clean the stone under running water each time it has been used in this way. Spiritually, obsidian vitalizes soul purpose, it eliminates energy blockages, and relieves tension, integrating the psychological shadow into the whole to bring spiritual integrity. It anchors the spirit into the body. This stone stimulates growth on all levels. It urges exploration of the unknown, opening new horizons. Mentally, obsidian brings clarity to the mind and clears confusion and constricting beliefs. However, it may well do this by making it absolutely clear that what lies behind mental distress or disease. Once this has been cleared, obsidian expands consciousness, entering the realm of the unknown with confidence and ease. Psychologically, obsidian helps you to know who you truly are. It brings you face to face with your shadow side and teaches you how to integrate it. This stone also helps you to identify behavioral patterning that is now outdated. Obsidian dissolves emotional blockages and ancient traumas, bringing the depth and clarity to emotions. It promotes qualities of compassion and strengths. Healing. Obsidian's greatest gift is insight into the cause of disease. It aids the digestion of anything that is hard to accept and promotes physical digestion. It detoxifies, dissolving blockages and tension in the physical and subtle bodies, including hardened arteries. It reduces the pain of arthritis, joint problems, cramps, and injuries. An elixir is beneficial for shock. It alleviates pain and stanches bleeding, benefiting the circulation. This stone warms the extremities. It can be used to shrink and enlarge prostate. Position. Places an appropriate. Uses a ball or mirror for scrying. Specific colors. In addition to the generic attributes, the following colors have additional properties. Black obsidian is a very powerful and creative stone. It grounds the soul and spiritual forces into the physical plane, bringing them under the direction of the conscious will and making it possible to manifest spiritual energies on earth. Self-control is increased by the use of this stone. Black obsidian forces facing up to one's true self, taking you into the subconscious mind in the process. It brings imbalances and shadow qualities to the surface for release. highlighting hidden factors. It magnifies all negative energies so that they can be fully experienced and then released. This healing effect goes back into past lives and can work on the ancestral and family line. Black obsidian composts the past to make fertile energy for growth of the soul. It reverses precious misuse of power and addresses power issues on all levels, teaching that to be empowered is not to wield personal power, but rather to channel power for the good of all. Black obsidian is protective. It repels negativity and dispenses unloving thoughts. It facilitates the release of old loves and provides support during change. Oops, too far. Used in shamanic ceremonies to remove physical disorders. Black obsidian also has the gift of prophecy. Black obsidian balls are powerful meditation and scrying aids, but should be used only by those who can consciously process what they see and use it for the highest good of all. Clear quartz helps to ground and articulate what is revealed. In healing, a black obsidian placed on the navel grounds spiritual energy into the body, held briefly above the third eye. It breaks through mental barriers and dissolves mental conditioning. All right, hold on one second. I'm going to put my headphones away. Okay. In healing, black obsidian placed on the navel grounds spiritual energy into the body, held briefly above the third eye. It breaks through mental barriers and dissolves mental conditioning. Used with care, it can draw together scattered energy and promote emotional release. Blue obsidian aids astral travel, facilitates divination, and enhances telepathy. It activates the throat chakra and supports communication skills. In healing, blue obsidian opens the aura and receives healing energy. It treats speech defects, eye disorders, Alzheimer's, schizophrenia, and multiple personality disorder. Placed over the spot, it alleviates pain. Blue-green obsidian opens the heart and throat chakras, facilitates speaking one's truth and understanding from the heart. It aids Reiki healing, balances the mind, body, and spirit. Blue-green obsidian improves the assimilation of vitamins A and E and enhances night vision. Electric blue obsidian is an intuitive stone. It facilitates divination, trance states, shamanic journeying, psychic communication, and past life regression. This stone opens the third eye and assists inner journeys with all obsidians. It accesses the roots of difficulties and balances energy fields. The stone enhances radionic treatment and is effective as a pendulum for dowsing. It makes a patient more receptive. It treats spinal misalignment and impacted vertebrae, circulatory disorders, growth, and spasmodic conditions. As an elixir, it heals the eyes. Gold sheen obsidian is particularly effective for scrying. It takes you into the future and the past and deep into the core of a problem. It shows what is needed for healing, but other crystals will be needed to achieve healing. Psychologically, gold sheen obsidian eliminates any sense of futility or ego conflict. Releasing ego involvement, it imparts knowledge of spiritual direction. Used in healing, gold sheen obsidian balances energy fields. Green obsidian opens and purifies the heart and throat chakras. It removes hooks and ties from other people and protects against repetition in healing. It treats the gallbladder and the heart. Ensure that the crystal you have is actually obsidian and not glass. Mahogany obsidian has a gentler energy than black. Resonating with the earth, it grounds and protects, gives strength in time of need, vitalizes purpose, eliminates energy blockages, and stimulates growth on all levels. It is a stabilizing stone that strengthens a weak aura and restores the correct spin to the sacral and solar plexus chakras. Worn on the body, mahogany obsidian relieves pain and improves circulation. Rainbow obsidian is one of the gentler obsidians, but with strong protective properties. It teaches you about your spiritual nature. This stone cuts the cords of old love
I believe there's a stain operative in this very room.
And gently releases hooks that others have left in the heart, punishing the heart energy. Worn as a pendant, rainbow obsidian absorbs negative energy from the aura and draws off stress from the body. Red black obsidian raises the kundalini energy. It promotes vitality, virility, and brotherhood. In healing, red black obsidian treats fevers and chills. Silver sheen obsidian enhances meditation and is the perfect crystal for crystal gazing. As with all obsidians, it provides a mirror of inner being. It brings advantages throughout life and imparts patience and perseverance when required. It is helpful. It is helpful stone when journeying out of the body, as it connects the astral body with the physical body, and so brings the soul back into physical incarnation. Obsidian, Apache tear. Black, small, often smooth and water-worn, translucent when held to the light. Common, United States. Additional properties. Apache tear is a form of black obsidian, but it is much gentler in its effect. It still brings up negativity, but does so slowly so that it can be transmuted. An Apache tear is excellent for absorbing negative energies and for protecting the aura. That's loud. Sorry. Okay. Oh, that means I've gone a little over an hour. Cool. An Apache tear is excellent for absorbing negative energy and for protecting the aura. It grounds and cleanses the earth chakra. Apache tear is so named because it is believed to shed tears in times of sorrow. It comforts grief, provides insight into the source of distress, and relieves long-held grievances. This stone stimulates analytical capabilities and promotes forgiveness. An Apache tear will remove self-limitations and increase spontaneity. Healing. It enhances assimilation of vitamin C and D, removes toxins from the body, and calms muscle spasms. Position. Men at abdomen, women at breast. Obsidian. Snowflake obsidian. Color. Black and white. Mottled black-white, as those snowflakes were on the surface, often small and tumbled. Easily obtained worldwide. Additional properties. Placed on the sacral chakra, snowflake obsidian calms and soothes, putting you in the right frame of mind to be receptive before bringing to your attention ingrained patterns of behavior. It teaches you to value mistakes as well as successes. It is a stone of purity, providing balance for body, mind, and spirit. Snowflake obsidian helps you to recognize and release wrong thinking and stressful mental patterns. It promotes dispassion and inner centering. With the aid of snowflake obsidian, isolation and loneliness become empowering, aiding surrender and meditation. Healing. Snowflake obsidian treats veins in the skeleton and improves circulation. The elixir is good for the skin and eyes. Position. Place is appropriate or used as an elixir. Aconite. White, long and fibrous, looks like small furry snowball. Easily obtained from specialist shops, India. Attributes. Aconite has a soft and furry energy and is one of the stones for the new age. People usually want to stroke it, but this mats the fibers together or breaks them. Aconite links to the higher self and supports the conscious manifestation of its energies on the earth plane. Aconite clears obstacles from your path and promotes the stamina to finish your life tasks. This crystal helps you to come to terms with being in incarnation and brings your attention to the reasons for your current experiences. It pinpoints karmic debts and opportunities that help you to grow, assisting in understanding how the karmic past has produced the present and how the present will create the future. Aconite facilitates deep karmic healing on all levels. Aconite can be used to prepare for channeling. It purifies the chakras and the physical and subtle bodies, uniting their energies. This crystal has a dual action. A stone of truth, it instills truthfulness in yourself and others, and protects from the harshness that can arise when others speak their truth. It helps you to accept with love the verbal jibes of other people, showing whether there is any truth there to be accepted. Psychologically, Aconite brings deep self-forgiveness. It promotes completion of karmic cycles, going back into past lives to forgive yourself for your mistakes and easing karmic guilt. This is a stone of karmic grace. It teaches that everything is part of the cycle of learning the soul's lessons and growing from that knowledge that nothing has to be endured forever. When you have done all that you can, You can step out of a situation without incurring further karmic debt. Mentally, Okanite facilitates in changing your mental set. It releases old patterns and brings in new, more appropriate beliefs. It is helpful for anyone suffering from prudishness, especially where this is linked to past life vows of chastity. Healing. Okanite encourages the flow of blood and milk, a boon for nursing mothers, and stimulates the circulation in the upper body. It lowers fevers and relieves nervous disorders. As an elixir, it treats skin eruptions. Position is appropriate. Onyx. Black, gray, white, blue, brown, yellow, red. Banded, marble-like, often polished, all sizes, readily available. Italy, Mexico, United States, Russia, Brazil, South Africa. This is hilarious. I just realized Pokemon can be used as an introductory to crystals. Every Pokemon has a type. Every stone has a type. And then every Pokemon has a set of abilities that it can use or it can learn on its own if you're playing the games. And then, or you can teach them certain moves, certain abilities, which I guess in a world where, because I mean, Pokemon are in a way subservient to people, because I mean, like they store them in balls and all that good stuff. So, but to train a stone, I guess yeah, you can. If you're positive and you synergize with the stone, then it basically trains the stone to synergize with you. But if it's the opposite, then it does the opposite. So yeah, interesting. I like that. All right, Onyx, black, gray. Actually, that's funny too because Onyx is a Pokemon. That's hilarious. Black, gray, white, blue, brown, yellow, red. Banded, marble-like, often polished, all sizes. Readily available. Italy, Mexico, United States, Russia, Brazil, South Africa. Attributes. Onyx is strength-giving. It provides support in difficult or confusing circumstances and during times of enormous mental or physical stress. Centering your energy and aligning it with a higher power, accessing higher guidance, is facilitated by Onyx as a connection with the whole. It can take you forward to view the future and, with its capacity to impart personal strength, facilitates being master of one's destiny. This stone promotes vigor, steadfastness, and stamina. It aids learning lessons, imparting self-confidence, and helping you to be at ease in your surroundings. Onyx is a secretive stone that assists in keeping your own counsel. However, Onyx is said to hold the memories of things that have happened to the wearer. It can be used for psychometry, telling the story to those who are sensitive to its vibrations. This property of holding physical memories makes Onyx useful in past life work, for healing old injuries and physical trauma that are affecting the present life. Holding a piece of Onyx takes your attention to the site of previous injury, which can then be released through bodywork, reframing, or crystal therapy. Onyx can also be used to heal old grief and sorrows. Psychologically, Onyx recognizes and integrates dualities within the self. It anchors the flighty into a more stable way of life and generally imparts self-control. Onyx is a mental tonic that alleviates overwhelming fears and worries. Onyx conveys the invaluable gift of wise decisions. Physically, Onyx assists in absorbing from the universe energies that are required for healing or other purposes. It balances the yin and yang energies within the body. Healing. Onyx is beneficial for teeth, bones, bone marrow, blood disorders, and the feet. Position. Wear on left side of the body. Place or hold as appropriate. Traditionally, onyx worn around the neck was said to cool lust and support chastity. Opal. White, pink, black, beige, blue, yellow, brown, orange, red, green, purple. Clear or milky, iridescent, and fiery or vitreous without fire, often small and polished. Easily obtained, although gem opals are expensive. Australia, Mexico, Peru, South America, Britain, Canada, United States, Honduras, and Slovakia. Attributes. Opal is a delicate stone with a fine vibration. It enhances cosmic consciousness and induces psychic and mystical visions, stimulating originality and dynamic creativity. It aids in accessing and expressing one's true self. Opal is absorbent and reflective. It picks up thoughts and feelings, amplifies them, and returns them to source. It is a karmic stone, teaching that what you put out comes back. Opal is a protective stone in that, when properly programmed, makes you unnoticeable or invisible. It can be used when venturing into dangerous places and in shamanic work where stealth is required. Psychologically, opal amplifies traits and brings characteristics to the surface. For transformation, enhancing self worth, it helps you to understand your full potential. Mentally, opal brings lightness and spontaneity. It encourages an interest in the arts. Emotionally, opal has always been associated with love and passion, desire, and eroticism. Hold on one second. All right. Emotionally, opal has always been associated with love and passion, desire, and eroticism. It is a seductive stone that intensifies emotional states and releases inhibitions. It can act as an emotional stabilizer, but the stone may scatter energy, and the user needs to be well centered before using opal to explore or induce feelings, or to have other stones standing by to aid integration. Opal shows you what your emotional state has been in the past, especially in other lives, and teaches you how to take responsibility for how you feel. It encourages putting out positive emotions. Wearing opal is said to bring loyalty, faithfulness, and spontaneity, but may amplify fickleness where the propensity is already present. Opals can be used to send healing to the Earth's energy field, repairing depletions and re energizing and stabilizing the grid. Healing. Opal strengthens the will to live. It treats Parkinson's disease, infections, and fevers, and strengthens the memory, purifying the blood and kidneys. Opal regulates insulin, eases childbirth, and alleviates PMS. Use dark colors. The stone is beneficial to the eyes, especially as an elixir. Position. Place is appropriate, especially on the heart and solar plexus. Wear on little finger. Specific types and colors. In addition to the generic attributes, the following colors have additional properties. Black, brown, gray opal. Resonates with the sacral chakra and the reproductive organs. It is particularly useful for releasing sexual tension that arises from an emotional cause and for processing and integrating newly released emotions. Blue opal is an emotional soother that realigns the spiritual purpose. It resonates with the heart chakra and can enhance communication, especially of that which has been suppressed through lack of confidence. It is useful when past life experiences or injuries are affecting the present life, as these can be healed through the etheric blueprint. Cherry opal aids in cleansing and activating the base and sacral chakras. It promotes a feeling of being centered. At the spiritual level, this stone activates clairvoyance and clairsentience. It is particularly helpful for healing headaches that arise from a blocked and unopened third eye. It promotes tissue regeneration and heals blood disorders, muscle tension, and spinal disorders, and ameliorates menopausal symptoms. Chrysopal blue-green opens to new impressions and encourages openness to others. It helps you to observe the world with new eyes. A mood-enhancing stone, it alleviates emotional burdens, often through crying, and liberates feelings. It detoxifies and regenerates the liver and relieves feelings of constriction from heart and chest. Fire opal, orange red, is an enhancer of personal power, awakening inner fire, and a protector against danger. It is a symbol of hope, excellent for business, and an energy amplifier. This stone facilitates change and progress. Used in situations of injustice and mistreatment, fire opal supports through the resulting emotional turmoil. Fire opal is said to magnify thoughts and feelings, returning them threefold, and can release deep-seated feelings of grief, even when these stem from other lives. It is a wonderful stone for letting go of the past, although it can be explosive in its action when bottled up emotions are suddenly released. Fire opal resonates with the abdomen and lower back and the triple burner median. It heals the intestines and the kidneys, balancing the adrenal glands and preventing burnout. and stimulates the sexual organs. This is an excellent stone for re-energizing and warming. Green opal is a cleansing and rejuvenating stone that promotes emotional recovery and aids relationships, with the ability to filter information and reorient the mind. It gives meaning to everyday life and brings about a spiritual perspective and healing. Green opal strengthens the immune system and alleviates colds and flu. Highlight, water opal, is a wonderful stone for scrying. Its watery depths stimulate connection with the spiritual realms. A mood stabilizer is it connects the base chakras with the crown, enhancing meditative experience. Highlight helps those making the transition out of the body. It teaches that the body is a temporary vehicle for the soul. And we'll call it there because I want to do Bible reading some more. Uh, Malachi um, got me inspired to do it. So go ahead and stop there. Page 212. That's pretty good. Okay.